If you're coming through Cancun International Airport, either as a tourist or as a permanent resident, it can be a little bit tricky to know what you need to do for immigration. So basically, if you're coming in as a tourist, you don't need to do anything in advance. I get messages all the time about people asking, I'm coming to visit, do I need to get a form and fill something out in advance? Something about a paper form called an FMM. The answer is if you're coming in as a tourist, you don't need to do anything in advance. You just come, you land at the airport, you go through immigration. When you go through immigration, the terminals now have big metal booths that are electronic border agents, essentially. And if you go through those as a tourist, they automatically give you 180 days in the country, and there's no paper forms to fill out and nothing to keep track of. You just walk up to the machine, scan your fingerprints and your passport, it checks you, lets you into the country. You now have 180 days in Mexico. The end. When you go home, you just fly out of the country. There's nobody you have to check in with. If you are a permanent resident or a temporary resident, you do have to make sure you check in and check out of the country. I recently went through every single terminal to show you where the I&M office is in every single terminal because they're actually kind of hard to find. If you're a tourist, you're probably going to fly into Terminal 4 or Terminal 3. If you're local, you might be flying in Terminal 2. Terminal 1 is basically used for charter flights, and it's actually kind of under construction right now anyway, so you're not going to be going through Terminal 1. Terminal 3 has two I&M offices, which I will cover when I get to that, so stay tuned. All right, let's get started. So let's start with Terminal 2. You're going to go into the terminal, you're going to take a hard left, and you've got to walk all the way down to this back corner. So you've got to go around this big restaurant right here in the middle, and back in the very far left corner behind the restaurant and next to Santander is the little immigration office right here. So if you're in Terminal 2 and you need immigration help, that's where you need to go. So we're going to go from smallest to biggest. So let's go down here to Terminal 3. Terminal 3, you're going to walk in the main doors. And just like in Terminal 2, you're going to hit a hard left. And this one is really easy, just right here by the entrance. The tricky thing with Terminal 3 is sometimes they have a little note right there that says you need to go up and check the satellite I&M office by gate C5. So if that's the case, you got to go up the escalators, hard left again, all the way down this hallway. And right here, you can see across from gate C5 is the satellite office. I don't think there's anybody up here if the downstairs office is open, but if there's nobody downstairs, it never hurts to check both locations. So let's head over to Terminal 4, which is probably the terminal most Americans use. You're going to go in the main gate, hit a hard left, just like all the terminals apparently. You're going to go back to the escalators as if you're going up to security, and right here you got to do a hard left again, and look back into this little nook where you can see here is the I&M office for Terminal 4. I hope this video was helpful if you're a resident trying to find out where you need to check in and check out of the country, and I hope it's helpful if you're a tourist and you need some help with your immigration. Hope this video was helpful. Follow me for more tips. We'll see you in the next video.